Oh, you thought T.I.'s biggest secret was just what's inside that vocabulary of his? Think again. Because the internet just unearthed something so wild, so downright scandalous. It makes the Kardashians look like a church choir on Sunday morning. Yup, after years of being Mr. Family Man, T.I. has been exposed. Fans claim they've discovered a whole secret wife he's allegedly been hiding, like an unreleased mixtape from 2008. The story exploded overnight. Social media went from sleepy scrolls to DEFCON 1. 1 minute people were arguing about Drake and Kendrick, and the next? Boom. Everyone's dissecting wedding rings, matching tattoos, and blurry screenshots like it's an episode of CSI Atlanta. They're calling it the Hidden Mrs. Harris scandal. Tiny's name is trending. T.I.'s fans are crying, and conspiracy theorists are digging up interviews. Like they've been training for this moment their whole lives, because if this is true, if T.I. really pulled off a secret marriage while preaching loyalty in every interview, then we're not just talking drama. We're talking legendary deception. The kind that makes soap operas pack up and retire. Grab your popcorn, y'all. Because this confession just blew the roof off the Harris empire, let's rewind this messy movie, shall we? Because before the internet detonated with T.I.'s secret wife hashtags, everything looked picture perfect. Mr. Clifford Harris, the self-proclaimed king of the South, was busy posting motivational quotes, debating politics, and giving podcast sermons about loyalty and love. Meanwhile, fans were eating it up, thinking T.I. was the ultimate example of a reformed family man. Tiny by his side, matching outfits, picture-perfect smiles. The whole Black Love Goals package, but like every Hollywood fairy tale, there's always a deleted scene the producers don't want you to see. And baby, this one's darker than an unlit strip club at 3:N. It started small. A mysterious woman popping up in the comments of old T.I. posts. Her name? Nobody knew. Her face? Just familiar enough to make people squint. But her tone? That of someone who knew things. She wasn't fangirling. She wasn't chasing clout. Nah, she was writing cryptic comments like, "We made vows before God." Not cameras. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is when the fanbase turned into full-blown FBI agents, within hours. TikTok sleuths had zoomed in on old tour photos, comparing rings, tattoos, and flight records. Twitter threads were unraveling faster than T.I.'s patience on a podcast. Someone dug up a throwback video where T.I. slipped and said, "My wife at the time." Only the timeline didn't add up. Fans caught it, screenshotted it, blew it up like the Zapruder film. That's when the whispers became thunder. People started asking, was Tiny even the only Mrs. Harris? See, this isn't the first time T.I.'s love life has looked like a reality show hosted by chaos itself. Remember his old VH1 series, T.I. and Tiny, The Family Hustle? Everyone thought it was cute. But now fans are combing through episodes like ancient scrolls. And guess what? They think the clues were there all along. In one clip, T.I. gets weirdly defensive when asked about marriage anniversaries, mumbling, changing the subject, pulling a classic "let's talk about something else" move. Another moment shows Tiny joking about his mystery weekends away. Back then, people laughed. Now it's being replayed with captions like, "Bro wasn't on tour, he was with wife number 2. And then came the leak, a grainy photo posted to a private Facebook group before going viral on X, formerly Twitter. It showed T.I. in what looked like a courthouse, standing beside a woman in a cream dress. Not a red carpet, not a music video set, a real courthouse. Fans matched the wood paneling and wall art to a Fulton County office. The date stamp? 2013. Cue the collective internet meltdown. Within hours, T.I.'s secret marriage was trending at number 1. Meme pages went ballistic. One photo showed Tiny holding her phone with the caption, "See me to tell me I was the side?" Another fan wrote, "T.I. been running a love triangle like it's Grand Theft Auto Marriage Edition." Of course, T.I. didn't respond immediately, which made it worse. Because silence on the internet equals guilt. Especially when your entire brand is based on being the realist. Then came the so-called receipts. Screenshots of old DMs, texts allegedly from T.I. to a woman named D. Messages like, "We'll always be connected, even if the world don't understand." The DMs had that mix of poetic arrogance only T.I. could deliver, like a Hallmark card written with a thesaurus. Fans noticed how the phrasing matched his Instagram captions. It was eerie, you'd think that'd be enough chaos for one day. But the plot thickened faster than Tiny's lashes on reunion night. A blogger dropped an old photo of T.I. and the same woman at an Atlanta gala years before his renewal of vows ceremony with Tiny. In the picture, she's wearing a diamond band. Not the same one Tiny has. Not even close. People began theorizing that this D woman wasn't just a fling. She might have been the original Mrs. Harris, allegedly married before T.I.'s fame skyrocketed. And when fame did hit, she was quietly moved out of the public eye like a witness in protective custody. At this point, social media became a courtroom. Fans were divided into camps, Team Tiny versus Team Secret Wife. You had conspiracy threads titled The Hidden Marriage Files, complete with charts, timelines, and side-by-side photo analysis. Some even claimed the Secret Wife might have signed an NDA back in the early 2000s. Meanwhile, old interviews resurfaced where T.I. mentioned, "A woman who kept me grounded before the lights." Back then, everyone assumed he meant Tiny, but now? Oh, now people are saying, wait a minute, he never said her name. Blogs, YouTube gossip channels, and even mainstream outlets jumped in. Everyone wanted the Secret Wife scoop. TMZ teased an exclusive, The Shade Room riposta memes. And Zeus Network. Producers probably started drafting a spin-off by lunch, and while fans were dissecting his entire romantic timeline, Tiny went silent. No Instagram stories, no cryptic tweets. Not even a petty LOL post. Nothing, just radio silence, which, of course, only added fuel to the digital inferno. People began analyzing her past posts for hidden meanings. Like that time she captioned a selfie with, "Sometimes you just gotta let God show the truth." Back then, it looked like a regular Sunday mood post. Now, fans are acting like it's a prophecy, but here's where it gets really twisted. An old clip from an Atlanta radio interview suddenly went viral. The host jokingly asked T.I. if he'd ever been married before Tiny, and he laughed. But then, right before the show cut to break, he said something that made everyone's jaw drop. "Let's just say some things ain't for the timeline." Boom, that one line reignited the scandal. Fans clipped it, slowed it down, added captions, and blasted it everywhere. Because if there's one thing the internet loves more than a secret, it's catching someone almost admitting it. So now, the big question on everyone's mind, who is this mystery woman? And how long has she been in T.I.'s shadow while the rest of the world believed in his perfect family narrative? The drama had officially graduated from gossip to a full-blown cultural event. One fan summed it up perfectly on X: "We went from family hustle to family hustling." And just like that, the Harris household, once the symbol of hip-hop love, turned into the hottest unscripted saga on the internet. The stage was set. The theories were wild, and the silence from T.I. was deafening. But when he finally did respond, oh, that's when the scandal mutated into something no one saw coming, because T.I. didn't just deny it. He got slick. And that slickness? It might have been his biggest mistake yet. Stay right there, because this story is about to flip harder than a Zeus reunion table. T.I. finally cracked under pressure, hopping on Instagram Live like a man trying to calm down a wildfire with a Dixie cup. He leaned back, gave that famous "I'm unbothered" smirk, and said, "Ain't no secret wife, y'all just bored." But the tone? Too smooth. Too polished. Like someone who practiced the lie in the mirror before pressing go live. The internet smelled fear. Within seconds, comments flooded the chat like angry bees. "Then who's D?" One fan typed, "Show us the paperwork, Clifford." Another screamed. People weren't just watching, they were investigating. The denial only added gas to the gossip fire. Clips from the live spread faster than COVID rumors. TikTokers made reaction videos, adding dramatic music and fake tear effects. One fan edited T.I.'s face over Maury's, saying the lie detector determined that was a lie. The meme world crowned him the king of hidden marriages. The internet wasn't forgiving, it was entertained. And just when the laughs peaked, the plot twisted harder than a Zeus reunion episode. The mysterious D suddenly locked down her accounts, gone, vanished, deleted everything faster than Blueface deletes his relationship status. But fans already had receipts saved in their phones, backed up, and ready to go viral again. One of those screenshots showed D standing next to T.I.'s own mother at a small church event. The caption read, "Family first, always." That's when fans collectively screamed, "Hold up, family?" That photo didn't look random. It looked intimate. Like something deeper than just a side situation. Twitter went straight to chaos mode. Hashtag SecretWifeGate trended overnight. Bloggers uploaded emergency videos titled T.I.'s Hidden Marriage. The real story. One YouTuber claimed she had court documents, another said she had exclusive text. Whether it was real or not didn't even matter. The narrative had already escaped the cage. Then, out of nowhere, a so-called friend of the family popped up on a live stream, dropping cryptic hints. "Let's just say Tiny been knowing more than she letting on," she said with a smirk. Fans replayed that clip like it was gospel. Tiny hadn't spoken yet, but her silence. Loud enough to echo. Hours later, boom, Tiny posted a single Instagram story. When lies fall apart, truth don't need no mic. No tags, no music, no filters. Just white text on a black background. And just like that, the whole internet went into meltdown mode. Fans screamed, "She knows." Others said, "This is her Beyoncé lemonade moment." You could almost hear the sound of 10 million TikTok narrators saying, "So this is where things got messy." Meanwhile, other celebrities started sliding in with shade disguised as concern. Candy Buress liked a post about fake loyalty. Timur Braxton commented 3 side-eye emojis under a gossip blog. Even 50 Cent couldn't resist, posting, "Yo Tip, you need a new PR team, not another wife." The comment section exploded with laughing emojis. But the biggest shock came from an unlikely place. An old DJ from Atlanta uploaded an archived interview. In it, T.I. mentioned a woman who'd been down since before the fame. Back then, nobody thought twice. Now? Everyone's convinced that woman was D. Fans zoomed in on every syllable like it was a hidden confession. The memes turned savage. T.I. and Tiny, the family hustle, was renamed T.I. and Tiny and D, the family shuffle. One meme showed T.I. juggling wedding rings with the caption, "Certified lover." Lie, Twitter hadn't seen chaos this juicy since the Will Smith slap, but here's where it got really wild. A blogger released an alleged audio clip of a woman, supposedly D, arguing with T.I. over promises. Her voice calm, his voice defensive. The clip went viral instantly. Some called it fake, others swore it was legit. Either way, it poured gasoline on an already burning fire by now. T.I. couldn't scroll the internet without seeing his face under the words exposed, cheater, or double life. Fans started analyzing old lyrics, claiming he'd been hinting at this for years. Lines like, "Two queens, one throne, I balance both sides," suddenly felt prophetic. Tiny's friends started unfollowing T.I. one by one, quiet digital warfare. Even Shakina, the queen of messy subtweets, dropped a cryptic post saying, "Y'all better stop pretending like y'all didn't know." Fans lost their collective minds. The group chat screenshots started leaking faster than Zeus Network drama. Meanwhile, the blogs weren't sleeping. They were feasting. YouTubers were pumping out 10 videos a day. T.I.'s secret wife speaks out. Tiny's silent revenge. Harris household in crisis. Everyone wanted clicks, clout, or closure, whichever came first, and just when you thought it couldn't get wilder, T.I. made it worse. He uploaded a cryptic post of his own. Black and white photo. Caption, "They talk, I move in silence. Always have, always will." Fans went feral. What does that mean? Is he confirming it or trolling us? That one line sparked more chaos than a Drake diss. Now every corner of social media was dissecting the scandal like it was the Zapruder film. Reddit threads built timelines. TikTok creators made 5-part series titled Unmasking the Hidden Harris Marriage. Even AI-generated court documents started circulating, completely fake but shared like gospel. At this point, it wasn't even about truth. It was entertainment. The kind of messy, outrageous, popcorn-spilling drama that keeps people refreshing their feed every 5 minutes. T.I. had gone from King of the South to Lord of the Lies, and fans weren't letting him live it down. Tiny, on the other hand, stayed calm, too calm. And when a woman stays silent during a storm, it's not peace. It's plotting. The streets were whispering that she was preparing her final act. A tell-all? A live confession? Nobody knew. But everyone could feel something was coming. The internet's not kind to secrets, especially ones that smell like betrayal mixed with ego. And T.I.'s empire, once built on respect and slick talk, was starting to crumble under its own lies, because as the saying goes, you can fool fans for a season, but the internet never forgets. And when it decides to dig, baby, it digs deep. By the time part 3 of this drama hit the streets, T.I.'s empire was shaking like an old speaker at a block party. Every fan page, gossip blog, and YouTube commentator had turned his secret wife scandal into the biggest digital soap opera of the year. The man who once rapped about loyalty was now trending under hashtags like #2wivestip and #HiddenHarrisFiles. It was chaos, pure and unfiltered, and T.I. was right in the middle of it, trying to play it cool while the internet roasted him like Sunday ribs. Tiny finally decided silence wasn't enough. She hopped on Instagram Live, face beat, hair flawless, voice calm, too calm. "Y'all can believe what y'all want," she said. "But one thing about me? I don't share husbands." The comment section exploded like a fireworks show. Half the fans cheered, half begged her to spill the tea. But you could see that flicker in her eyes, that mix of hurt and "I'm about to burn it all down." Within hours, blogs started claiming Tiny had packed up and moved out. Paparazzi caught her driving solo, blasting Beyoncé's "Don't Hurt Yourself." The symbolism wasn't lost on anyone. Memes flooded in, from the family hustle to the family shuffle, one fan wrote. Another posted, "T.I. wanted to be a player. Now he's playing himself." The man went from legend to living punchline overnight. T.I., trying to save face, did what every scandalized celeb does, posted a motivational quote. "Don't let rumors define your reality," it said in gold cursive over a black background. But fans weren't falling for that Hallmark healing energy. One comment summed it up best. "You can't outquote your own lies, Clifford." The shade was biblical. Meanwhile, Dee, the so-called secret wife, became the internet's ghost. No posts, no comments. No live appearances. But a mysterious Reddit account claiming to be her started dropping cryptic messages. "The truth always wins," one post read. "Loyalty shouldn't have an expiration date." That was it. No proof, no receipts, just enough to send social media into another meltdown. People started theorizing again. Was it really her or a troll feeding the flames? The rumor mill spun out of control. Someone claimed there was a hidden child. Another said Tiny had known for years and was playing the long game. Then came the alleged marriage certificate, a blurry PDF uploaded by a gossip blogger. Half the internet screamed fake, the other half screamed confirmed. Nobody knew what was real anymore, but everyone was entertained. Even T.I.'s celebrity circle couldn't resist throwing shade. 50 Cent dropped another post. Bro got side quests in his marriage. Snoop Dogg commented with the eyes emoji. Even Charlemagne the God joked on air, T.I. out here making polygamy sound like a feature. Not a flaw. You could practically hear Tip's blood pressure rising from Atlanta to Hollywood. But behind the jokes and chaos, one thing was clear, the image was shattered. The King of the South had been dethroned, not by a diss track or legal trouble, but by his own hidden truth. Tiny's fanbase, usually protective, turned on him fast. The comments under his latest post looked like a digital riot. "We believed in you. You embarrassed her. Delete your podcast." Each one a verbal brick through the window of his pride. And in true irony, the very podcast that made him famous for real talk became his downfall. An old clip resurfaced where he said, "A man's integrity is the one thing he can't lose." Fans played it back to back with his denial video. The hypocrisy was so thick, you could butter toast with it, but just when everyone thought this story had peaked, Tiny made her next move, and it was savage. She announced a new reality show deal, rumored to be called Tiny Unfiltered. Word spread fast that she'd be telling her side of the story. The tagline leaked online, "When the truth breaks, so does the silence." The internet went into cardiac arrest. Fans screamed, "She's turning pain into profit." Others said, "That's how you win, make the scandal pay your bills." Meanwhile, T.I. was still out here posting quotes and pretending unbothered. But you could see the shift, the confidence cracks. That spark of arrogance faded into defensiveness. His fan events got canceled due to scheduling conflicts. Brands quietly paused collaborations. Suddenly, the King's castle didn't look so bulletproof, but don't get it twisted, the internet wasn't done with him yet. New accounts popped up claiming to be friends of D, dropping vague timelines, hinting at NDAs, secret payments, and promises broken. Even if none of it was provable, it didn't matter. The digital crowd had already voted guilty. What made it worse was the memes, endless, brutal, hilarious. One viral TikTok compared T.I.'s love life to an Avengers multiverse. Another called him the Thanos of relationships, collecting wives like Infinity Stones. Even celebrities and other scandals started getting compared to him. The phrase pulling a T.I. became slang for hiding your side life too well. Everywhere you looked, the story refused to die. YouTube reactions, Instagram lives, Twitter threads, fan theories, it became the pop culture wildfire of the season. Even people who didn't care about hip-hop suddenly had an opinion. That's when you know a scandal's hit legend status. And through it all, one question haunted everyone. Was it all worth it? Was fame worth the fallout? Was the empire worth losing over one secret he thought he could hide forever? Because that's the thing about secrets, they age badly. They rot in silence until someone finally opens the vault, and the stench takes down everything you built. By the end of the week, T.I. wasn't just fighting rumors. He was fighting his own reflection. Every time he spoke, people heard lies. Every post, every quote, every denial, it all looked like another verse in the song he'd been caught lip-syncing. The once proud king of the South now looked like a jester in his own kingdom, juggling damage control while the crowd booed. And Tiny? She glowed. Silent, powerful, plotting. The internet's sympathy was all hers now. She didn't need revenge, she had receipts, ratings, and rhythm. She'd turned heartbreak into headlines. And if you've ever seen a Harris bounce back, you know, that woman's about to make history off the scandal that tried to break her jaw by the time the smoke cleared. Everyone learned something. Secrets might make headlines. But the truth makes history. T.I.'s double life might have entertained the world. But it also reminded everyone of one thing: the internet never sleeps. And it always gets the last laugh. And somewhere in Atlanta, as fans kept sharing memes and Tiny's new show hit trending status, you could almost hear that tiny whisper floating through the chaos. This ain't over yet. Because in the land of hip-hop royalty, the crown might fall. But the drama never does, and there you have it, another royal mess. Straight out of the hip-hop kingdom. T.I. thought he could play chess with the internet, but baby, this wasn't chess. This was Twitter with receipts. The man went from King of the South to Duke of Damage Control in record time. You can't hide a whole wife in 2025, not when fans got FBI-level Zoom buttons and gossip logs. Hungrier than TMZ at brunch. So here's what I need y'all to do. Smash that like button like it owes you alimony. Drop a comment below and tell me what you think. Was T.I. really running a double life dynasty? Or is this just another case of the internet building a scandal out of smoke and ring lights? Because over here, we don't just sip tea, we brew it, boil it, and serve it with a side of sarcasm. Subscribe right now before Tiny drops her own tell-all and breaks the algorithm again. You already know this channel doesn't sleep. Every time a celebrity sneezes, we're right there asking if it's a lie or a lawsuit. We cover the secrets, the slip-ups, and the scandals that make the Kardashians look like librarians. And remember, what happens in Atlanta never stays in Atlanta. Not when truth tattles on the case. So go ahead, hit subscribe. Turn on those notifications and join the messiest, most entertaining investigation team on YouTube. Because tomorrow's scandal? Oh, it's already loading. This